Let's go.
Hello, English speakers. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is the problem of pollution in India.
So, what is pollution? Yes, Parth, speak.
Yes, ma'am. The contamination of the natural resources such as water, air, or land is referred to as the pollution,
Yes.
and pollution is caused by substances which are known as pollutants. There are basically three types of pollutions.
Hmm. So basically, what is pollution? Anything that is in the excess amount. This is an NCRT definition, which says that anything that is in excess amount in the environment. For example, carbon dioxide is not bad for us, but if it becomes in excess, then it is harmful for us. Okay, nitrogen and these other harmful gases are not harmful just because of their existence in the environment, but they become harmful when they become in excess to what environment can absorb. Okay, so that is why the pollution occurs. And what are pollutants? Those things that are responsible for the pollution to happen, so they are known as pollutants. Okay, so pollutant, I have given one definition, you give me another definition of pollutant. How do you define it?
The substances which cause pollution are known as pollutants.
Of course, those substances that causes the pollution are known as pollutants. Okay, now my other question is, after pollution, then how many kinds of pollution are there? Okay, so tell me one by one.
There can be 3 to 4 types of pollutions, namely water pollution.
Okay, good. So now open your camera better, at least when you are speaking, and only for today, you just have to open your camera. Okay, Sakshi, you can also open your camera. So yeah, there are so many kinds of pollution that you have just told me. Now let us define that what does each kind of pollution means. Okay, so which is the first kind of
It
pollution?
is the air pollution.
Okay, what is air
The
pollution?
contamination of the natural resource air is referred to as the air pollution.
Okay, so now give me some specific definition.
The due to the excess human activities like driving, like the increasing number of vehicles, is referred to as the air pollution.
Of course. What is the second kind of pollution?
Land pollution.
Okay, let it define it.
The
Yes, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Then the third kind of pollution is the water pollution. Yes, ma'am. Of the quality of soil or land is known as the land or soil pollution. Is its quality or the fertility.
Of course. So that what is the third kind of pollution?
The third kind of pollution is the water pollution. The contamination of the water resources due to excess human activities is referred to as the water pollution.
Okay. And the fourth and the final kind of pollution is?
Noise pollution. When there is
Of
excessive
course.
amount of noise around us surroundings, that type of pollution is referred to as the noise pollution, which is very harmful for us.
Of course. So these were the kind of pollution. Most of the pollution happened due to the human activities. But let's go to the reason. Okay, but human activities are not the only reason. So let's explore all the reasons. So what could be the reasons of these kind of pollutions? One is, hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Continue.
Yes, ma'am.
We were on the reason.
Yes, ma'am. First one is the quality of the soil, but the excessive can lead to the pollution of the groundwater.
Of course. And more?
And next point would be water pollution. When the toxic or harmful chemicals are
Release.
leaked from the
Release.
water.
Hmm?
released from the industries, and they go and accumulate in the water. They can also water pollution.
Of course. And we can see that vehicles in general are the most responsible for the pollution. The emission from the vehicles. Actually, do you want to speak on this? For example, the motorcycles, the cars, there are excessive amount of vehicles nowadays. That causes the pollution. Yes, Parth, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Like you talked about the pollution that is caused by the vehicles. When nowadays we have seen that the number of vehicles in the cities are increasing, and because of the increase in the number of vehicles, the air pollution is also increasing. Vehicles release the harmful and toxic gases, which may help and contribute in the greenhouse effect, which may lead to the global warming.
Of course. So we can see that the emission from the vehicle are the single most, the a really good reason for the pollution. Okay, so we have come to the 3 to 4 reasons. What could be the other reasons? Isn't the plastic, do you think, is a source of pollution? The consumption of the
Yes,
plastics?
ma'am. Not only plastic, but also the other synthetic substances which do not decompose easily. They are very hazardous to our surrounding, to our environment. As the environment is as the environment is getting polluted due to them, the land pollution is caused by the plastic, biodegradable, and they do not decompose easily.
Of course. So these are some of the reasons for the pollution. Now, why do you think that pollution in India is happening at a very high rate? What is that reason? Why India?
Yes, ma'am. If we talk about the India, in India, the industries are the backbone. Actually, they are the second most contributing setup in India, due to which there is a lot of air and water pollution, because the industries.
Okay, but reason one, reason two.
The second reason could be the actually India is very big country and a vast country. It is on the vehicles, like we seasoned the air pollution in Delhi, which is increasing the number of vehicles, which is leading to the emission of hazardous gases.
Okay. Third reason, particular to India. If I ask you that, you are an Indian. What do you think in India? What are the major reasons responsible for the pollution? What will you say? Think, look around yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
What are
Ma'am,
those? First of all, I tell you, the middle class is increasing. Okay, so earlier people used to live a very, average life, but now the middle class, and that means the income of the people is increasing, and therefore their consumption of the products, say plastics, say water, say reason that it contributes to the economic and the climate change in India. Hmm.
yes, ma'am. If we particularly talk about India, we know that the agriculture is the backbone of our Indian economy. So there are a lot of agricultural practices which are prevalent in India. So we know that pesticides are one of the most important components of the agriculture. So when they are used in agriculture, of money, they generally want the crops to grow in time. So they use a lot of pesticides, and because of its excessive amount, the groundwater, which is very down in India right now, is getting polluted, and due to rate.
Okay, so we have not talked about noise pollution so far. So let's give some light about the noise pollution.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as we know that India is a multi-cultural country situated in India. India is also a diverse country, so all the religious activities are also conducted in India, and also due to all these programs which are there in India, a lot of people use the loudspeakers in these programs because there are a number of loudspeakers, the noise pollution or the noise pollution in India.
Oh, of course. But what are the common reasons for the noise pollution? We are not talking about big noise pollution, but just the common thing. For example, if I go out, the sound of the vehicles, the honking can actually irritate me. Or there are some things that if somebody is shouting, people shout a lot, it can also irritate me. Plus, there are lots of noise noise when I go, about the people chattering, or probably the songs on loudspeaker. Tell me about these kind of things that are happening around us.
Yes, ma'am. If we talk about them, we know that India, there are because of the weak management, there are a lot of traffic jams in India, and because of all the traffics, there is a excessive voice of the vehicles, and there is a lot of honking here, due to
There
which.
are excessive, है ना? Many times na, what you are doing wrong is you sometimes do not understand this singular plural of the subject. So many times you have used is, and now I am interrupting you. That you have to use are. And there are excessive. There are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Also, like there are excessive. India has to improve somewhere in that. Like if we take an example of Dubai, the honking in Dubai is banned, and is also is also fined. So I think India's management should also take some steps
तो जब
about
आप
it.
बोलते हैं कि फाइन किया जाता है, also get fined, है ना? तो okay. Yes, more. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so we were on the noise pollution. Now coming to the soil, so we'll talk about some lesser known pollution, क्योंकि basically इन सब के बारे में सबको पता है, this air pollution and this water pollution. Now let's talk about soil pollution. Okay, so because these are something of which people do not much talk about. Okay, so let's start with soil pollution.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, soil pollution is one of the major pollutions in India. So soil pollution, like I talked about, the agriculture is the backbone of our economy. So I want to repeat that point. So in agriculture, amount, not only the water, the soil or the land can also get affected, as excessive use of everything is bad. So if we use the pesticides in excessive amount, it will also affect the soil.
Of course. So, but how this contamination actually results in the climate change and harms us?
Yes, ma'am. Another example we can take that there is a lot of trash, and the main thing in the trash is the plastic. Till now it is not biodegradable, so they do not decompose easily and stay in the soil for millions of years. And because they do not decompose, they are very hazardous for an environment and also contaminate our environment in many ways.
Of course. So, this, why we have to preserve the soil is because soil is something which is very essential for our living. Every crop is grown on the soil. So, if the soil gets contaminated, so that's why we have to make sure that the soil does not get polluted, and also that we take certain steps so that for even for the next coming generation, it was all about the reasons why pollution is happening and what are the causes responsible for it. Now moving to the prevention. Okay, why prevention is important? Because we all know this concept of sustainability. Okay, what is sustainability? Sustainability is using the present resources in order to use it such a way so that it can be preserved for the upcoming generation as well. So we have to preserve it. That's why we are doing it in a sustainable manner. So let us discuss about how can we prevent the pollution to happen.
Yes, ma'am. Preventing the pollution to happen is a very major thing. So let's talk about very simple ways they do not have to pollute the environment. Like people throw the plastics and trash here and there. First of all, people think they should not use the plastics so that our environment do not suffer from these hazardous substances. Secondly, people should also understand some rules on the industry contaminated substances into water resources, which may lead to its pollution. First of all, they should be treated as the acidic or the basic may also disturb the marine life, and the fishes and other aquatic animals may get also disturbed and they could also die. So it should be controlled, and the government should also impose some new laws for it.
Okay, so what as an individual, as an individual like me and you can do big thing, but what small things and what small contribution we can do in order to clean our environment?
Yes, ma'am. We can contribute, like first of all, like we know every individual, like we are destroying our green friends or simply the trees, plants and trees. So first of all, we should not cut the plants or trees as we have implemented. Second point, I already told that as an individual, everyone should not throw trash here and there. And the third thing should be, as an individual, everyone should understand that loudspeakers should be have a limited amount of voice, and they should not disturb anyone else, and they should not every time use the loudspeakers for enjoyment, as it may disturb someone else. These were some points by which an individual can work to help its environment from these
Of
pollutions.
course. So these are some things like if I do not, if I get aware, if I get educated, like if I know that the plastic is not good for my environment, I'll try not to use it. I'll try to use paper bags instead of these plastic. My contribution of the garbage to the to the world. For example, I will separate the wet and dry garbage. Separately. I'll throw it out. Okay, so these are the small the material made from the say made from the animal animal things, animal skin, etc. Or I stop to consume such kind of products. So these are the small changes that I can do to make sure that I can make my environment clean, happy, and also sustainable for the upcoming generation. Now if you would be, let us suppose that you are in 220 and 50, and now you can see all around you that the environment has been degraded. So what advice would you give to the people in 2024 in terms of the environment?
Ma'am, please repeat.
I'm asking, let us suppose you are in 2050 and you can see that the environment has been degraded. The water is not drinkable. The earth is not livable. So, what advice would you like to give to the people of 2024 in order to make sure that the environment is
Yes, ma'am. If I got that chance, I would always suggest them to use the 5R rule, which is basically one of the important aspects from which they can get rid of that pollution and make the water potable so that they could drink them, and also and the air from getting polluted. Also, I would suggest them that they should not use the animal products at all, and not only the animal, also the plant products. Not I'll deny them to do so, but they should limit their use, and also they should not use the loudspeakers till the midnight, or more than that. So these three suggestions I would give them to reduce. And also they should not use the plastic things, so that they could protect the land from getting polluted. And also there should be a minimal use of the pesticides by the farmers. These suggestions I would give them, so that the environment could replenish itself.
of course, so that we could save the environment for save our upcoming generation from the diseases. Okay, so because if we deplete the environment, there are so many diseases waiting for us to come out, and that could affect our future generations. So that was a really nice discussion about the pollution. And as an aware citizen, we should all take care of our environment. We should not feel that our work is small. No, even the small steps could make a really larger impact on our environment. Okay, so that's it for the pollution. Now coming to my next segment, our next segment is going to be about the random words. And since it is like the since many days has passed, and we have discussed about the pollution, now I would like to know what are the random words that you have heard in your life.
Like, share, and subscribe my channel for more such videos.